Evening. We have another high protein recipe for you, and today we're using some mock meat into a kind of burrito bowl type situation. It's like, calling it burrito bowl is probably incredibly generous, but it's like, you know, rice, beans, corn, whatever. We are using this Vivera plant mince, which I just fried up in this frying pan with some cumin, some chili powder, I don't know, other spices and stuff. And I used half a thing of this, so this is 220 grams and I used about half of it. So per 100 grams we have got 20 grams of protein for half of that. This is not the cheapest option for protein, but 20 grams of protein for half of that. And there's only like 125 calories in it. So that is amazing. What's it made of? It's soy, great. So I've already eaten my dinner because I called my dad. So I've made one ready for tomorrow. So I've just got some frozen sweet corn that I'll just defrost. I've got some chopped tomatoes, some black beans. I made some coriander, lime, rice. And then there's like, you know, you can see the lettuce that's just hidden under there. And then I'll have the rest of that with my food tomorrow. I just haven't put it in yet. And we'll have a little lime wedge, but there wasn't enough room in this bowl for me to make it look pretty. So that's just gonna go on there, and then it'll just look like a brown mess. But I will put the calories and macros up on the screen, and I'll probably take a picture of that when it's like looks a bit prettier tomorrow. But I think for that, probably with the black beans, you've maybe got, and the rice, because there's actually quite a lot of protein in rice. Definitely got well in excess of 30 grams of protein there, easy. And it was really quick. And you could meal prep that so easily. I don't really like meal prepping in big batches because I like to, you know, eat what I feel like rather than what's just there. But I do tend to make at least 2 portions of whatever I'm making so I can have it for lunch the following day. So, you know, just cook up a big batch of rice, which I actually did do, because I've got another 2 portions of rice in here that I'll have with something else. But yeah, it's super quick. Like, cook the rice over a long rice stick to cook, and then everything else is done. So just fried up the mince, which took about 2 minutes. So yeah, brilliant. One day I will remember that I am filming a recipe video. I'll actually film it as I'm going along rather than get halfway through and go, shit, I haven't done it. We are making some vegan anabolic ice cream, protein ice cream, whatever you want to call it. So far in my blender, I have about 150 ml of unsweetened soy milk. I've got some of this skinny syrups, French vanilla syrup. I've got a scoop of the vegan protein blend strawberry protein powder. I've put some of this Huel strawberry flavor boost in, and yeah, that's it so far. So the key ingredient in this is xanthan gum. Greg uses guar gum, but I haven't got any of that. I'm going to use xanthan gum. So we've got half a teaspoon of guar gum, xanthan gum going in. And then next is some frozen whole strawberries. So I'm going to put about half of this bag in, so 175 grams. And then the only thing I'll say is this takes ages to blend, and I mean ages. So just be patient. Don't add too much liquid, and you just want to blend, scrape the sides down. So I'll show you when it's done. There we go. Let me take this off so you can see it better. We've got our blended up protein ice cream. There is my bowl of anabolic protein ice cream. You could put toppings on this if you really wanted to, but also I'm sorry the lighting is shit, but it's literally nighttime and I haven't got better light. This meal is your standard vegan protein. It is tofu. So in here we've got some quinoa, some shredded carrot. You can see my little baked tofu there. So that's half a block of tofu just baked in the oven with nothing on it. You could put some seasoning, some garlic or something on it if you felt like it. And then I've got some peas. This one is based on an Oshi Glows recipe, but that hasn't got tofu added to it. So I've added some tofu to make it a bit more protein dense. So I literally just cooked the quinoa, you know, as per, and then I just cubed up the tofu so it's kind of like bite size and put that in the oven. Usually I'd have this warm, which you could do, or you can also have it cold, and I'm actually quite a bit warm now, so I'm gonna have it cold. I'm gonna make a dressing to go with it, and then I'm gonna put some sesame seeds on the top, so I'll just show you making the dressing. So this is the Oshi Glows cookbook I have, and it's this recipe that it's based on. Let me show you the picture. So you're supposed to have some sweet potato with it, but I didn't, and I swapped that out for some tofu. But the dressing is an orange miso maple dressing. Just some miso, some rice vinegar, sesame oil, which you can put in if you want to, you don't have to. Tahini, orange juice, water and maple syrup. So there you have it. We have a tofu, quinoa, peas bowl, whatever you want to call it. We've got some dressing. I'll put the calories and macros up on the screen, and you could easily make this less calorie dense, more calorie dense by, you know, you could swap out the edamame, swap out the peas for some edamame if you wanted more protein. You could just have less quinoa because there's actually quite a lot of quinoa there. Add more vegetables. You know, you can really mix and match this. This is not rocket science, people. And the last meal on the list is some seitan wraps. Seitan is the real MVP of vegan protein. It's cheap and it is packed with about 40 grams of protein a serving. So we're just going to drain off our protein from the cooking liquid that you store it in, and that just stops it from drying out and going crusty AF. I like to really give mine a good squeeze out with a clean tea towel just to get rid of some of the excess liquid. Then I'm just chopping it into slices, and I'm just going to whack those in a frying pan on a kind of medium heat with some spray oil in it just to warm it through, really, because it's already cooked. At this point you can add some seasoning or any other flavourings that you want. You could put some barbecue sauce on it. This is your point to get creative. I haven't got a recipe for making seitan because I'm not really an expert, so I would just suggest having a look online for some seitan recipes, and you can buy Vital Wheat gluten in bulk and it is so cheap. So we've just got that cooking off there. I'm just cutting up some cucumber and some tomatoes to have with it just to get a little bit of veg in, and I would have a lot more veg with wraps than this normally. And I'm just frying off the wraps there just to warm them through. They literally have about 20 seconds each in the pan. We're going to layer the bottom with some lettuce just to catch any sauce drippage and stop the wraps from going soggy, and then we're going to bung everything in it. These are wholemeal tortilla wraps from Tesco. I can't find any low calorie wraps anyway, so that's as good as I can get. We've got some of this skinny sauce blue cheese dressing, and I'm just going to finish that off as well with some sweet chili sauce because, let's be honest, it's the sauces that's where all the flavour comes from. That's it for this week. I hope you've enjoyed these recipe ideas. I hope you have a really lovely week, and I will see you soon.